The Bhagwat Geeta is one of the most sacred spiritual texts of India and a timeless guide for life. It is a dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna, which takes place on the battlefield of Kurukshetra just before a great war is about to begin. Arjuna, a skilled warrior, is filled with confusion, fear, and sorrow when he sees his own relatives, teachers, and friends standing on the opposite side of the battlefield. He questions the purpose of the war and feels that victory achieved through violence and the destruction of loved ones would bring no true happiness. His heart becomes heavy, his body weak, and his mind restless. Seeing Arjuna's inner struggle, Lord Krishna, who serves as his charioteer, begins to guide him. Krishna explains that Arjuna's sorrow comes from ignorance of the true nature of life. He teaches that the soul is eternal, unborn, and indestructible. While the physical body perishes, the soul never dies. Death is merely a change of form, like changing old clothes for new ones. Understanding this truth removes fear, attachment, and grief. Krishna reminds Arjuna that his duty as a warrior is not to escape from responsibility but to act with wisdom and righteousness. Krishna then explains the concept of karma yoga, the path of selfless action. He teaches that one must perform their duty without attachment to results. Human suffering arises when people act only for personal gain and become attached to success or failure. True peace comes when actions are performed as an offering to the divine, without ego or expectation. The Gita further explains the nature of the mind and senses. Krishna says the mind can be humanity's greatest friend or its greatest enemy. A disciplined mind leads to liberation, while an uncontrolled mind leads to bondage. Desire, anger, and greed cloud judgment and trap the soul in endless dissatisfaction. Through self-control, awareness, and practice, one can rise above these impulses. Meditation, detachment, and inner discipline help purify the mind and bring clarity. Krishna introduces Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge. This path emphasizes understanding the difference between the temporary physical world and the eternal spiritual reality. True knowledge is realizing that the same divine consciousness exists in all beings. When one sees all life with equality and compassion, ego dissolves and wisdom arises. Ignorance binds, but knowledge liberates. Next, Krishna explains Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion. He teaches that loving devotion to God is the easiest and most powerful way to attain peace and liberation. Through sincere surrender, faith, and love, even ordinary actions become sacred. Krishna assures that anyone, regardless of background, can reach the divine through devotion. When the heart is filled with devotion, fear disappears and life gains meaning. The Bhagavad Gita also explains the three gunas or qualities of nature: sattva, purity and harmony; rajas, passion and desire; and tamas, ignorance and inertia. Every human being is influenced by these qualities. A person dominated by sattva seeks truth, peace, and wisdom. Rajas leads to ambition, restlessness, and attachment. Tamas results in laziness, confusion, and darkness. Krishna teaches that by cultivating sattva, a person who performs their duties with humility and surrender is a true renunciate even while living an active life. Escaping responsibility out of fear is not spirituality, fulfilling duty with awareness is. As the teachings deepen, Krishna reveals his universal form, showing Arjuna the infinite nature of existence. Arjuna witnesses the divine reality where creation and destruction happen simultaneously. This vision fills him with awe and humility. He realizes the vastness of divine order and understands that human life is a small but meaningful part of a greater cosmic plan. Finally, Krishna gives the ultimate message of the Gita: surrender completely. He tells Arjuna to let go of all doubts, fears, and ego, and place full trust in the divine. Krishna assures that sincere surrender leads to liberation and freedom from suffering. With his confusion removed, Arjuna regains clarity and strength. He accepts his duty with calm determination and prepares to act, not out of anger or desire, but out of wisdom and devotion. The Bhagwat Geeta teaches that life is a balance of action, knowledge, and devotion. It reminds us that peace does not come from escaping life, but from understanding it deeply. By performing our duties selflessly, controlling the mind, cultivating wisdom, and surrendering to the higher truth, we can live a life of purpose, courage, and inner peace.